Good evening, everybody. Um, Thanks to those of you who have viewed my YouTube channel so far. I haven't been able to find out who has subscribed or viewed, but maybe you can't do that with YouTube. At some point, I'm going to want to sit down with someone who is really good at using YouTube and making their own videos, and just have a talk with them about how they would go about running a channel and how I might go about running my channel in a better way. Like, one thing, I'm sorry about that glare in the background. I can't really do much about it. Main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is my health. Many of you who know me know this, some of you don't, but I have a condition known as cardiomyopathy. It's permanent, doesn't go away. What it is with cardiomyopathy, which means disease of the heart, heart muscle disease, literally. The heart, and it pumps blood, it becomes larger than it should be and weaker than it should be. The term ejection fraction is a measurement of how much of the blood that is in the heart that is pumped out every time it squeezes. Your average person is supposed to be at about 60%. I, unfortunately, am at about 23%. So a little bit over a third is not good, as you know. Last October 9th to be specific, I had worked a couple of nights, and those nights of work I had been experiencing shortness of breath and heart palpitations. Not exactly chest pain, as in the case of a myocardial infarction, but when it didn't go away, I knew it was time to go down to the hospital and get checked. So I went down to Mercy here in Cedar Rapids, took myself down there. Ended up being there for a total of almost 5 days. Was told I have cardiomyopathy. During that time I had an EKG, but that doesn't tell the whole story. It just measures the heart's electrical activity. I had an echocardiogram, which is what measures the ejection fraction, and also it's kind of hard to see my wrist. I'll try and publish this picture. I have 2 scars on it from having 2. They're fading pretty good. From having 2 cardiac catheterizations. I had 1 cardiac catheterization when I was there the first time. No damage to the blood vessels or arteries around the heart, but an ejection fraction of 23%. So they held me until the following Sunday, October 14th. I got out early afternoon. I was able to get a haircut, go to mass, go out to dinner, and I hoped that I might someday have a semblance of a normal life again. The following Monday morning, I believe it was October 10th, I woke up at 1:40 a.m. and this time I did have chest pain. Spreading into my left arm and the left side of my jaw. So I went back down to Mercy, found out an interesting thing. The nitroglycerin tablets that some of you may have taken, or some of you may have experienced, have a pepperminty taste to them, but I don't recommend them. Spent another 5 days in Mercy, another catheterization, another EKG, another, I can't even think of the word, echocardiogram. Again, an ejection fraction of 23%. So I got out the following Friday, and I was assigned to do cardiac rehab classes at Mercy. For those of you who don't know what cardiac rehab is, it is basically doing cardio exercise, such things as treadmills, ellipticals, bicycles, walking somewhat, in a supervised facility. That is supervised, that is, there's always at least 1 nurse and at least 1 exercise technician present. Sometimes I'll have 2 nurses and no exercise tech, but their job is to help people rehabilitate their hearts. So I did that 3 times a week for 12 weeks, actually a little over 12 weeks, because one of the rehab days fell on Christmas. And so that was what I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I had every reason to believe at that time that it would someday benefit my heart. As an alumni of Regis High School here in Cedar Rapids, I am allowed to, well, when we have schools open, don't get me started on COVID, I am allowed to work out at their fitness center up at Xavier High School. So I started doing that Tuesday and Thursday mornings and some Saturday mornings. I even had this idea that I would get up about 4:45 in the morning and go out to Xavier, work out for a half hour, shower, go down to Mercy, and do my regular workout at 7:30. So for at least part of this 12 weeks, I was training 5, if not 6 days a week, 1, if not 2 times a day, for at least a half hour at a time. And then I went for my next echocardiogram, and I found an ejection fraction of 23%. No improvement. The baddest part about cardiomyopathy is the human body isn't supposed to work this way. When you train a muscle, it is supposed to respond positively. But in the case of the heart of a person with cardiomyopathy, it doesn't. So I was not able to go back to my old job. I'm not saying there's no jobs I can do, but I definitely can't do my old job at International Paper. And it's not because of work in general. It is because of the uncontrolled climate. I mean, by that I mean the temperature. I don't mean political climate or social climate. No. I mean the uncontrolled temperature out on the floor. The fact that there is propane, smoke, ink, grease, oil, dust, vibration, a lot of noise. It's just a nasty environment out there on the floor, and that's not even the nastiest place I've ever worked. It's clean compared to some of the places that I've worked. And so I was not able to go back to that. I may be able to go back to another job, it just depends. So that is the downside of my health. I have cardiomyopathy. There are a few other words I'm leaving out because in case the Army were ever somehow to get hold of this video, no, I don't want to re-enlist. Even if I could still do it. But yeah, so I have cardiomyopathy. And just wanted to kind of explain what that was. If anybody has any more questions about it, please feel free to get a hold of me. You can leave me a comment. I think I can figure out how to read those. Or hit me up on Facebook, for those of you who are with me on Facebook. And I'll be posting at least one more video about this topic and hopefully some more videos in the future. So thanks very much.